What's up with you? All right. I had a friend of mine ask me a question. He asked me about dating. Would I consider myself a dating coach? And the answer to that is no. I wouldn't consider myself a dating coach. Um I'm more of a I can give you advice about dating. I can I can tell you how to scoop up a shooby dooby. I can tell you how to date multiple women. I can tell you because I know the game. I know the game. I mean, I know what it is. I'm out here in these streets, and so I really know what's going on. I really know what's cracking, and so I can speak from experience. And I've been single for about a year and a half, and if I want to go on a date, I can go on a date. So I can go on 5 dates a week, 10 dates a week if I want to. And am I qualified to be a dating coach? Yeah, I am because I've been on hundreds of dates. Trust me on this. I've been on hundreds of dates, and I can tell you what worked, and I can tell you what don't work, and I can tell you it's a lot that a lot I had to learn along the way, and there's a lot I done messed up on that I really didn't know, and things I didn't implement years ago that I know now that it'll be easy for me to implement them now, but then I just didn't. I didn't know no better, and so and that's one of them things to where you get with a dime or a woman that you really really like, and you're just trying too hard. You're coming on too strong. You're being too available. You just you're being too needy. You're just being your interest is so high, and initially hers may be high, but the higher your interest gets, the lower hers gets. And so you all into her level 10. She may start out at level 10, but I say a couple weeks into it, once she found out once she sensed that she got you wrapped around her middle finger or her pinky finger, then you'll see yours will still be at 10 and hers drop down to like 4. And then all of a sudden, I mean, initially when you first met, y'all was texting back and forth, responding within 30, 45 minutes. Uh, Now it's like all day. When you respond, when you send a text message to her, her response gets slower and slower, and eventually you're not a challenge. You're not. It's too easy. You basically just another one. You done turned into a jag, just another guy to her. You putty in the palm of her hand. She can do and say and come and she go. She can do whatever she want to do with you, man. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. It's nothing. Well, I ain't gonna say there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you will do about it. You don't have the courage to stand up to her because she a dime and you in a scarcely mindset and you're afraid of losing her. So you ain't gonna really speak to. You ain't gonna say too much. You ain't gonna say nothing to piss her off because you don't want to lose her. But little do you know, you already done lost her by being that guy. But anyway, back to the subject of am I a dating coach? But I'll make another video on that, how to raise attraction, what lowers attraction, um, how to develop a certain chemistry, how to do just abundance mindset, scarcely alpha beta. We'll get all into that at a later date. But I just want to speak about this dating thing, and I want to say this. He was he was asking me, man, who to take advice from, and just me. Like I said, I'm not taking a shot at nobody, but if an individual, if a man, say that man has been married for 15 years, say he been married 15 years. I'm not gonna take dating advice from a man that's been married 15 years. I'm sorry. And the reason I say that is because I've been in a 12-year relationship and I've been in a 5-year relationship. I know y'all don't heard me talk about it plenty of times. And so I know within those 5 years, I was faithful. And so I was a one woman man. And I've always been like that. If it's easy for me to dedicate myself to one woman. If I want to get into a relationship tomorrow, I can get into one tomorrow if I wanted to. It's pretty easy. I mean, because I don't have the I don't got the hoe out. The hoe's out. And so I've had my time to where, I played and got everything out. And so now I don't feel the need to run around and sneak behind people back. And so I can just be there, present in the moment and, on a daily basis. So that's what I'm saying. So I can easily get into a relationship. And I've been in long term relationships. So back to the subject, if I know how I was in a 5-year relationship, I was dedicated to her and the family. And so I could not have told my friends at the time how to date multiple women because I'm not dating multiple women, if that make any sense to you. And then a 12-year relationship, 12 long years with one woman, and I dedicated myself to that. So how am I going to tell you how to date multiple women and give you dating advice, and I'm coming home to the same woman every day? I'm with the same woman every day. I wake up with the same woman every day. Raising raising children together. And so how can I give you advice on dating multiple women when I'm in a serious committed relationship? I don't date nobody but her. So that's what I'm saying. And so I know that from being in a relationship. So marriage on the other hand, if I was married to a lady, it'd be the same thing as a long term relationship. I wouldn't feel like I was qualified to give dating advice. So I wouldn't do it. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying now. If somebody feels like they qualified to do it, hey, I ain't knocking them. Go ahead and do it. But I wouldn't listen to them because all that person can tell me, say you've been married 15 years, all he can tell me is how to date 15, 16 years ago. The game has changed. The line has moved, pimp. I mean, things are in place now that wasn't in place back then. I mean, you got the gram. I mean, you got, oh my God, man, you got everything. You got Twitter, you got Bumble, you got everything, man. Right now, I mean, it's all over the place, man. You got Black People Meet, you got all these apps, you got Snapchat. Your messages disappear on Snapchat. I mean, that person probably wouldn't know that because he ain't been on Snap, and so um, I wouldn't. Like I said, the game has changed, man. The line has moved, so I wouldn't feel comfortable because the advice would be advice from 15, 16 years ago. And I know we're in a different place right now. Technology has evolved. We have evolved as people, as humans. We have evolved. I'm going to be real with you. We have evolved. I believe that we smarter now. I believe that we are more ambitious now. That we are more like we're more independent now. I believe that we think for ourselves. We're free thinkers now. Because I mean, there are things available to us now that wasn't available 20 years ago. It's easier to start businesses. It's easier to become an entrepreneur. It's easier to do certain things, and so um, and we have free access to information now that we didn't have back in the day. And so that's what I'm saying. And so back to the dating advice, I've been single again for a year and a half. I was single for like 3 years, and then another like 4 years. And so within that time, man, I was busy, man. I was busy, and back in the day, I used to scoop up a lot of shooby doobies. I told you, man, when I was trying to When I went 0 for 27, I made a video about that when I went 0 for 27. And just like, not all in one day. Like I say, man, that that would have been a shitty day. But just like a 3 day period. 3 here, 4 there, adding them up over and over and over, 27. But what I was trying to do then was build a rotation. That's the end goal. You always got to have an end goal. You can't just be out there just just getting numbers, gathering numbers, trying to smash everything that move. That's just kind of like that get old after a while. What you want to do, you want to collect. Well, this is what I'm not gonna tell you what you should do. I'm gonna tell you what I was trying to do. Um, get as get as many numbers as possible, and then choose like the top 10, and then break it down because you know yourself. You know your sex drive. You know what you got going on in your life. See, back then I was just working a lot. I didn't really have a purpose. I wasn't on my purpose. I just worked a lot, so I had a lot of free time to chase ass, and so I was constantly trying to scoop up a shooby dooby. But see now, I don't even have time. I don't even have the desire to run down on them like that. I ain't even got a desire to run down on them like that and try to holler at everything that move. But back to what I was saying about developing a rotation. Say I attempt 20 and I get 10. Well, that's 50%, man. That's a pretty good percentage. But out of the 10, I may not want to keep, but like 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4. And see, 4 would work for me. And then if the 4 get too hectic, 2. 2, man. I say you can keep 2 if 2 work for you. Depends on what worked for you, man. I mean, you got to do what worked for you. I mean, um, here's the thing: if you own your purpose and you have an abundance mindset and you're trying to become the highest value male you can possibly be, you don't even have that much time and desire to go through all that, because first of all, your life don't revolve around women. There are other things more important in life, in your life. I'm speaking from my perspective, or you, if you're a high value man, if you're on your purpose trying to improve yourself and you're on your grind and you're doing your thing and you're keeping it moving. It's just your life just don't revolve around ass no more. It's almost like you can go a week or two without any or without nobody and you fine. You content with it. I mean, hell, one day I might write a book. I don't know about the book yet. I mean, right now I'm in the process. I work like 40 to 60 hours a week, so I still work a full-time job, and I'm trying to start a business, my first business, and then after that one, I'm gonna start another business, and then after that, I may consider writing a book, and I'm just make these videos in between just to kind of, see if I can help out a few people around the world, man. Give a few people a little bit of advice, and if I can help you out, cool, man. If you don't want to hear it, go on to the next channel, man. I ain't making you stay here. And so that's the thing. So, like I say, once you become hot, once you start working on yourself and you on your purpose and you trying to improve your life and improve yourself, and you know, you don't really chase ass like that. It ain't that appealing to you. It's time consuming, really. You spend a lot of money. You spend a lot of money dating, a lot of money on outfits, a lot of money on it becomes expensive and time consuming. And if you put it like this, it's gonna come a point in your life where you wake up and you more excited about being on your purpose or making a video or starting a business or doing whatever you're doing that don't involve women. Once you get to that point where you wake up and you excited about that, and the first thing that cross your mind ain't How much ass can I get today? Oh man, you on your way. You on your way then. You on your way. That's when you start that's when you notice a shift in your life. That's when you start your priorities a little different. You kind of like you can take it or leave it. If a chick come up to you, or if you go say you see somebody that you maybe may catch your eye, or a little shooby dooby walk up on you and she kind of sweet on you, you know. Oh, sweet on you means she like you. That's a little pimp lingo, but she kind of sweet on you, and you're a little sweet on her too, man. She's a nice little shooby dooby, nice looking, about a 9, and you kind of you like her, you like what you're seeing, man. You know, and so it'll get to the point to where you really are attracted to this girl, and she's sweet on you. But if she all of a sudden you get a number, you give her your number. If all of a sudden she stopped texting you within 2 days, you don't even give a damn. It's like once you get to that point, it's like, oh, that's when you done change, man. That's when you know that you're really on your purpose and you really focus on what you got to focus on, and you're really trying to improve yourself. That's when your life revolving around you, and your life ain't revolving around women. That's what I ultimately want us men to get to where our lives revolve around us and improving ourselves, as opposed to chasing women and trying to make women happy, and putting them on this pedestal. It's okay to love women and be, treat them right and do this. There's nothing wrong with a relationship. I ain't got nothing wrong. I ain't got nothing bad to say about a relationship. Hell, I ain't got nothing bad to say about marriage. If you want to get married, get married. I'm not speaking against anything like that. Because like I said, I've been in long-term relationships. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. But I'm gonna circle back to what this advice giving advice. Yes, I am qualified. I feel like I'm qualified to be a dating coach. Um and I can give you some pointers on how to do a lot of things in that field, man. How to, get out there in them streets and move, man. How to move and groove, shake and bake, man, and do your thing. Um, but I ain't gonna really, I ain't gonna do it now. I would just say that, like I say, if I've been in a 12-year relationship, I've been married 15 years, I wouldn't give advice, because my advice would be outdated, because I ain't been on a date in 15 years. So how could I give you dating advice? It's been 15 years since I've been on a date, if I've been faithful. Now, if I've been out cheating and shit, or me and my wife got an open relationship, that's the only way I don't know. Because who's to say you and your wife got an open relationship? You just saying that. I mean, I can tell you anything, man. I can tell you I got a head full of hair and I'm 6'5". No, I don't. I got a bald head. I'm 5'11", about about 240. I'm a pretty big dude. Um, got a bald head and a beard. About 5'11", 240. Uh, grew up playing football and basketball. So I kind of look like a physical dude. Yes, I work out about three times a week. So you know, I ain't somebody you just smack in the head and just walk away. You probably take a ass whooping and probably say to yourself, I should have picked a smaller dude to smack in the head. But that's another story, man. But like I say, people, just be cautious of who you take advice from. I mean, if I got a barber, a guy that cut hair, and he's trying to teach me how to cut hair, I would listen to that dude, because he actually cuts hair for a living, and he probably cut somebody's hair about an hour ago. And he cut hair yesterday, the day before, and he been doing it for a couple of years. So I would listen to that individual. But if an individual been locked up, when I say locked up, I mean like in a marriage or in a relationship, and they've been faithful. So it'd be hard for me to take advice from that dude. So, but like I said, I ain't here to bash nobody, man. I'm answering a question, and there it is. All right, man. I done took up enough of your time. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Later.